So hello, my name is Ajit and in this video I will demonstrate how to set up a central management system on Synology Box. So what is central management system? Synology provide a special feature where you can install on the main Synology server, or you can manage all the Synology box on your local environment, or you have some of the boxes on the WAN environment. Let's take an example. If you have a Synology box or Synology storage on your data center and you have multiple storages under your network, one is the branch office, one is in the sales office, one is on the technical office, so you can manage all the boxes by using a central management system by a Synology. So what else you can do it? So you can monitor the status of all the managed boxes. You can create group policies and manage the group policy for all the hardware or all the Synology operating system. You can keep update all the Synology operating system, all the application which is installed in the Synology operating system. Also you can manage the share folder and give the dedicated permission to the share folder. So let's start with the configuration. I have a Synology box installed on the virtual machine with the IP address 192.168.153.133. So on this particular Synology box, I will install a CMS application. So first of all, you need to go to the package center. Under the package center, you can search CMS. So you can see Central Management System. Click on that and install on your main Synology box environment. So this is my main Synology box, which is located in the head office. So now by using this box, I can manage all the another Synology box from the branch location. If I have a dedicated Synology box on my WAN location, or I have a DR location where I want to access my Synology box, I can access by using a central management system. So let's open it. So you can see the status is totally normal. So on the left side, you can see number of options we have. So first of all, we'll go to the server option. I will add another Synology box to this particular CMS. I click on add, click on add a server. Next. So there are three options. Number one, you want to add a server from the local area network. Number two, if you have a WAN location and you want to access the Synology box using the WAN IP address, then you need to use the second option. If you have a list of the Synology boxes with IP address and administrator username and password, then you need to use the third option called upload server list. For today's practical, I'm using a first option because I have a Synology box on my local area network. I click on next. It will start searching any Synology boxes which is installed on your LAN. So you can see it has detected one of the Synology box with the model number is DS918 plus and the IP address is 192.168.153.131. A checkbox. Go next and give the username password for the particular Synology box. So I will add the Synology box. The authentication is perfect. Click apply. So it will start confirming all the information related to the another Synology box which we have on our local area network. It will take some time. Now the Synology remote server is added to your central management system. So you can see the uptime of the Synology remote system and when is the last update has happened and the server address of the another Synology box. So this is the way you can add any Synology box on your local area network or you have on wide area network. So next is let's go to the more options. You can see below under the general, you can see the information of the Synology box, the serial number, the model name, how many cores CPU has, what is the version of the DSM installed on the Synology remote box. On the network, you can check the network settings. Under the volume, you can check a volume which is created on the Synology remote box. So number of hard disks is installed. What are the application is installed on the Synology remote box. So this is the way you can check all the necessary information of Synology box. So next is, if you want to delete, you can click on delete and it will ask to delete the particular item. Or if you want to edit any option like a description or anything, you can put it here. So description, I'll say branch office. So it will update on the screen. So next, if you want to connect to the Synology remote from the CMS, you need to click on connect. It will go to the another tab and you need to put the username and password of Synology remote system. Under the action, if you want to shut down or reboot the system, you can do it from here also. Next option, we have a notification. So all the notification, if you have configured on the under the notification center, you will receive all the notification here. So right now we have not configured any notification, that's why we are getting a blank screen. So next option, we have logs. This is related to the logs when the server is joined, what is the status of the server. So if we have edited any changes to particular server, it will show here. So you can export the logs to HTML and CSV also. So next is update. If there is any DSM operating system update need to be done or another Synology box on the network, it will display here. And if you want to see the package updated or any update of the package, you can see under the package updates. So right now all the packages are updated or not updated, you will see here. So you can see on the Synology remote we need to update the universal search package. So you can click over there and update it. So from the center location you can update any packages or any DSM operating system of any Synology box using CMS. So next we have a group policy. So if you want to allow a particular group policy, if you want to create a group policy that at a particular time it will take a backup, you need to go and click create policy. Policy name is backup. Okay. So now you need to edit this policy. You need to go to edit policy. So you need to go to package installer. If you want to install any package, you need to take a network backup. You need to enable that option from the CMS. If you want to task any schedule, if you want to auto block anything, if you want to use a directory services, you can use a group policy for the particular things. So you can see the view rules here if it's apply on the Synology remote, otherwise it will not display anything. So next option we have a shared folders. So under the share folders we can see all the folders which are shared on the remote Synology box. So you can see there are two folders which are shared. Number one is HR, number two is sales. So you can manage both the share folders from the CMS also. So once it's display, you can click on manage. You can manage or you can edit any permission on the particular folder. So next we have a volume. All the volumes which are created on Synology box will display here. So in this Synology remote we have only one volume with the rate level 0. So next we have a disk group. Here you can see all the disk group related to the Synology remote system. So next we have HDD and SSD. How many hard drives are mapped to the Synology box. So now you can see your HR folder and sales folder are synced. You have to click on that, click on manage. So once you click on manage, it will open a console, administrator console of that remote Synology box. So you need to go to HR volume, edit and click it. So that means you need to go to any of the Synology by putting the IP address or username. It will automatically open the Synology DSM management console using CMS. So this is the best feature or best way you can manage multiple Synology box. You can update them, you can update the permissions of them, you can check the logs, you can create a group policy. So this is the main function of CMS and this is the main use of CMS if you have a bigger environment where you have more than 10, more than 5 Synology box. So thanks for watching this video. Please share, like and subscribe.